Hey guys, Blue Delta Wolf here. This is Magic the Gathering 2014 and this is my Avacyn's Glory Sweet 60. And it's my final Sweet 60, so hopefully I've done it right. I like this deck a lot, it's in my top 5 in the whole game. I really like it. Another very difficult deck to build. So many nice creatures on this deck. Actually, I'm just going to make a quick switcheroo now. 2 seconds. I've just seen a card that I've decided I want to change already. I was going to do this earlier on, but I completely forgot about it. Here we go. Fat Angel. I call her Fat Angel because she is kind of chubby. She can go. And I'm going to put another Angelic Overseer because that card is fucking stunning. It's got an animation on it. Really like that card. So, on with the Sweet 60. A very difficult one to do, as I said. I had to cut the land down from 24 to 23, which I'm not sure if is too risky. I've got a few other decks with only 23 land, but I think they've got some sort of ramp, so this might be deadly, I'm not sure. But 11 other 26 creatures. So many decent creatures. A bit like Ajani's deck, there's so many good enchantments you want to put in. This deck's all about the creatures. There are really strong amount of creatures in this deck. I mean, they've got angels, really stunning angels. I love angels a lot, so it was hard, let's put it that way. I'll make a start anyway. So, Mycaeus the Lunarch, if I'm not mistaken, there's a black version of him too. I don't mean race, I mean black colour. Mycaeus the Lunarch, there's a darker version of him. I think there is anyway. I just did the Liliana deck. So, when he enters the battlefield, you put X times 1/1 counters on it, so you pay X. You can tap him to put a 1/1 counter on him, and you can tap him to remove a 1/1 counter from him, and put a 1/1 counter on each other creature you control. So he's amazing. And it only costs whatever. Champion of the Parish costs 1. Whenever another human enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 on Champion of the Parish. So, Doomed Traveller, we all know what that one does. When he dies, you get a flying creature. Oops. Actually, I'm going to take... Sorry, but I'm still adapting this deck as I'm going. I'm seeing things that I want to do as I'm doing it. Sorry. I want to put another Champion of the Pariah in instead of the Parish in because I just prefer him to that other card. So, Doomed Traveller, Soul Warden. Whenever another creature comes in, you gain a life. That's great. 2 Path to Exiles. Exile target creature. Talia, the Guardian of Thraben. I'm not sure if this one's got an animation. I think it has. I can't remember. I think I remember seeing that with an animation. First Strike, non-creature spells cost 1 more to cast. So is that for everyone then, or just her? I think that's everyone, so that's including yourself. So I may take that one out at a future date. We'll see how it goes. I haven't had much chance to play with it. Elite Inquisitor. First Strike and Vigilance, protection from vampires, werewolves and zombies. Now I'm not sure what vampires and werewolves are in this game. I don't think I've seen one yet. But zombies for sure, so if you're up against Liliana, this will be very helpful. Grand Abolisher, awesome artwork. During your turn, your opponents can't cast spells or activate abilities of artifacts or creatures or enchantments. So he's great. Thraben Valiant, Vigilance, cheap for 2/1. Not the best card in the game, but here we go, it does what it says. Unruly Mob, whenever another creature you control dies, put 1/1 counter, so they just get stronger. Honor of the Pure, you need to have 2 of these. All your white creatures get 1/1s. Bonds of Faith, enchanted creature gets +2/2 as long as it's a human. Otherwise it can't attack or block, so that has 2 uses. You can use it on your own creatures to buff them up, or you can use it on the enemy to stop them attacking or blocking. It's like a much better version of pacifism. Gather the Townsfolk. Put 2 1/1 white human creatures on the battlefield. Fateful Hour. If you have 5 or less life, put 5 of these tokens instead. So that's really great. A lot of cards have Fateful Hour. Master of the Meek, or Mentor of the Meek, sorry. Whenever another creature with power 2 or less enters the battlefield under your control, pay 1. If you do, draw a card. So as you're drawing these low level cards, anything this way, to the left of this card, will get you a card if you cast them, so that's great. These artworks are looking so realistic, aren't they? That face looks like it's a picture. Thraben Doomsayer, put a 1/1 white human creature token onto the battlefield. As long as you have 5 or less life, other creatures you control get +2/2, so he's fantastic. This guy is the only card I've got multiples of, I think. Absolutely love this card. He's the coolest looking paladin I've ever seen. It just looks totally badass. But when you enter him onto the field, you can exile any other creature and it sits underneath him until he's destroyed, and then they get it back. So I had to put 3 of those in. It's great removal and a creature as well. Elder Cathar, when he dies, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. If it's a human, put 2 instead. I have quite a few humans, so Oblivion Ring, we all know what that does. 2 of them. Look at the artwork on these angels. Fucking stunning. Whoever this art, Johannes Voss, kudos to you, dude. Absolutely gorgeous. So she has flash, flying, and when she enters the battlefield, you may exile target non-angel creature you control, then return that card to the battlefield under your control. So she has flash. You can use that at any time. So if you know, and if you've blocked something and you know it's about to die, you can summon her, exile it. The block still counts, and then it comes back under your control. Do you know what I'm saying? So you can use it to save people. You can use it to remove pacifism, remove enchants you don't like. You can use it to... there's so many uses for this card, and it looks amazing. So there you go. I mean, half of this game is about appreciating art, if you ask me. All these wonderful artists draw all these gorgeous pictures. I mean, I love putting cards in my deck that I feel an affinity to, just because they look awesome as well. Of course, it helps that they got good effects. So whenever another creature enters the battlefield, creatures you control get +1/1 till the end of turn. When he dies, you put a 1/1 spirit creature. He's also got lifelink. Oops. Seraph of Dawn. It's an old style card, but it's still strong. 4 for a 2/4 with flying and lifelink. Angelic Overseer. This one has an awesome animation. I fucking love the artwork on this one as well. It's amazing. More of these, please. I just love these cards. As long as you control a human, Angelic Overseer has hexproof and indestructible. Oh, there you go. I got 2 of those. Oops. And Geist Honored Monk. That's an old style card, but still very, very strong. Equal to the number of creatures you control is her power and toughness. And when she enters the battlefield, put 2 1/1 white spirit creatures with flying. So even if she was the only card you summoned, she would be at least a 3/3, if you think about it that way. Look at that. Look at the artwork on that. Put 5 1/1 white human creature tokens onto the battlefield. If increasing devotion was cast from a graveyard, put 10 of those tokens from the battlefield instead. So you use it and then flashback it with 9 if you can ever afford that. You get 10 human creatures. And if they're getting buffed by everything else, that's game over if you ask me. Another amazing looking card. Requiem Angel. When another non-spirit creature you control dies, put a 1/1 spirit creature with flying onto the battlefield. So, great. Look at that artwork. Sorry about keep going on about it, but they're amazing. Flying Vigilance. When Twilight Shepherd enters the battlefield, return to your hand all cards in your graveyard that were put there this turn from the battlefield. So it has Persist as well, so that's amazing. Now if you use like an enchantment or a sorcery or an instant, you can summon her and get it back. It doesn't have to be creatures. So very, very strong. Devout Invocation. Tap any number of untapped creatures you control and put a 4/4 white angel creature token with flying onto the battlefield for each creature tapped this way. That is absolutely amazing. So you could have 6 soldiers on the field, tap them all, and you get 6 4/4 angels. What do you think about that then? And the final one is, of course, the ultimate angel, Avacyn, the Angel of Hope. She's amazing. Flying, Vigilance, Indestructible, and other permanents you control have Indestructible. She's a fucking 8/8. That is probably my favourite card in the whole game. I love it so much. So this is fast becoming one of my absolute all-time favourite decks. Angels and Soldiers. I'd still love to see them bring out a complete angel deck. I don't know if there are any 1/1 angels or 2/1 angels or whatever, but it would be very, very interesting to see a complete angel deck. But this, as it goes, is the closest I've seen so far, so very nice. And for the cards that didn't make it, Baneslayer, too old school. I like the card, it is strong, but I'm bored of it now, so I wanted something new. Ring of 3 Wishes, meh. Seen that one. Seen that one. Hallowed Burial. Put all creatures on the bottom of their owner's libraries. No thank you. Fat Angel. You have to pay 6 to get her out. She's a 5/7, okay, but then 2 extra to gain Indestructible for 1 target when some of my angels do it automatically. Indestructible. So I don't know, there's no point in having that one and the other ones. Martyr's Bond. Whenever Martyr's Bond or another non-land permanent you control is put into a graveyard, Each opponent sacrifices a permanent that shares a card type with it. What? That seems too situational to me. Let me know if I'm wrong, guys. That one looks cool, but I don't know if that's worth putting in. Let me know. Gold Knight Commander. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control... I've already got one of those, sorry. Archangel. 7 for 5/5 with pure flying and vigilance. It's a bit expensive. If that was a 6/6, I'd put that in. So, maybe. Doom Traveller, I've seen that. Selfless Cathar. When he sacrifices himself, creatures you control get 1/1 till the end of turn. It's 1 for a 1/1. I guess you could block with him and then sacrifice in the middle of a block, buffing all your other creatures. I mean, it's a good card. I just didn't have space for it personally. Good against fire decks, too situational. That's a good card. I just didn't want to put it in. I don't have any reason other than I didn't have space for it. 7 life, yeah, it's okay, I guess. Not amazing. And Voice of the Provinces, I do like the artwork on this one. It costs 6 for a 3/3. I can't warrant paying 6 for a 3/3 and a 1/1. I think that's too expensive. If that cost 4 or maybe 5, then I would put that in, but I think 6 is too much. So there you go, guys. That's my Avacyn's Glory deck. It's the last one I've done. That's all my Sweet 60s completed now. Feel free to check them all out. Hopefully these Sweet 60s help you. They do take a lot of time to make, and I really enjoy doing it though. So it's all worth it when I see you guys' nice comments. So feel free to comment, rate, and subscribe. It really helps. And I will see you on the next video, guys. Take it easy.